Uh, as we say in Jharkhand, Johar everyone. I am Kumar Abhishek, founder of the Open Field. I grew up in Jharkhand, where forests are plenty, where incredible food and skills exist. My family, like any other tribal family, still forages ingredients from the forests. In fact, you might have used some of those ingredients today itself, but I bet you didn't know that. And neither do the farmers. They do not know where their produce is going, and what is becoming of them. At the open field, we are changing that. Let me just tell you how. Our forests do not lack value; they lack a system. I'll start from a story, story of Mangri. She was born on a Tuesday. That's why the name Mangri. Mangri belongs to Munda community from Jharkhand. She stays in the forest. Every morning, she wakes up before sunrise and walks to the forest, goes there to collect mahua, which the birds, bees, everybody loves. She spends hours collecting mahua in the forest, not realizing that those flowers have already collected dust since they have fallen to the ground. Then she collects them and brings it to the village, where she sunrise them, again unaware that it's collecting debris further on. If she's lucky, a trader comes to her village to buy the mahua. And if she's not, she'll have to walk to a local hard bazaar where it's going to fetch her 30 to 40 rupees a kilo. The trader then grades it, cleans it, and sends it to the industry. What becomes of mahua, the trader does not know, neither does Mangri. So this is a story of not just mahua, but almost all the produce which is coming from forest. It might be tamarind, it might be chironji, it might be jamun, or even jackfruit. You realize India's forest economy is a 20,000 crore market, but it is informal, untraceable, and carbon heavy. Post harvest loss reach 40% in perishable forest products. Processing is decentralized but neither consistent nor climate smart. Producers earn the least, though they do the hardest of work. Meet Forest OS, our operating system for the forest economies, where we use technology and indigenous knowledge system to create a value chain, which is of the forest, for the forest, and by the forest. So let's go back to Mangri's story. What has changed once she got onboarded onto our platform? Nowadays, Mangri gets up pretty late. Maybe she was scrolling reels on Instagram late night, but she can do this because our SOP driven process collect the mahua in the harvest net, and further on, it goes into a collection basket, which saves it not only from birds and animals, but also from oxidation. She then brings it to the nearest ION hub, that's a microprocessing units, where she washes it and puts it into an IoT-enabled dehydrator. All this while scrolling the reels on her phone, because those dehydrators collect data like weight, moisture content, the temperature you want to dehydrate those produce. Mangri not only saves time, but her wastage is now down by 40%. And now she's aspiring to be a content creator because her produce goes to really premium organizations, and which not only gives her a better price, but also acknowledges her as a producer. This has made her like a mini celebrity in the village. Like people say कि मंगरी का महुआ तो 5 star में बिकता है. Now this increased income has helped her father to stay back in the village and put her brother into college. And that's the story of 500 plus Mangris in Jharkhand. We have increased value at each step, saved carbon in the process, impacted income, and created a digital trail, impacting not only the farmers, but also you. We are not just a tech product, we are a system level solution. Now, I present to you, now I present to you Ayan, bronze of the system, India's first IoT enabled food dehydration hub. It is basically a hybrid system which runs on grid as well as solar. It is controlled remotely and it can be monitored from anywhere. It gives a consistent product quality even in a decentralized model. And it has helped people like Mangri to reduce a post-harvest loss and impacted the environment by cutting carbon emissions by 90% compared to a diesel or a complete online grid system dehydrator. With Aeon, the forest villages are becoming a climate smart microprocessing centers within 24 hours. This is Forest OS, the brains of the system, intelligence for forest economies. bringing forest supply chain into your palms. It basically has four core modules. One, traceability engine for QR based product trail, batch level compliance, and geotag for forest origin. The second is the AI pricing engine, algorithmic pricing based on seasonality, demand, and quality parameters, and it helps prevent exploitation in the mandis. The third core is the Green Vault, which is basically a tree registry. It maps trees across the forest villages and tracks flowering cycles, carbon values, and biodiversity data. And the fourth layer is the marketplace, where we connect buyers directly to the community hubs, and the quality is verified and the SKUs are traceable. Forest OS is basically where climate data, village economies, and market demand talk to each other. Let us now talk traction. 500 plus tribal women and youth are trained, 40% lower post harvest losses, 2 to 5x rise in farmers' income, 90% lower carbon footprints. We have already onboarded clients like JW Marriott, the Taj Group of Hotels, Roseate House, Locavore, and even in the IFA Awards. With five operational IoT hubs, we are building India's first formal forest economy bottoms up. With that, I would like to conclude that at the open field, we believe sustainability must include those who have protected it for generations. We aim to achieve this by setting up AYAN hubs in every forest village in the world. Forest OS powering every forest supply chain, a climate smart, traceable, rupees 20,000 crore forest economy led by the tribal economies. The open field is not just a startup, it's an operating system for the for the future of India's forest. Thank you so much. If there are any questions, then thank you, everyone. Oh, sorry.
When the tribal, what right do they have? They don't own anything. How does the government protect, their rights to collect the forest produce for a commercial purpose? Because for living, they don't have a problem. But the minute it crosses an organized way, I think government will look at it. Okay, they're exploiting the forest, or they're whatever.
So basically, what we are talking about is the PESA Act, which actually once it comes into place, a lot of these things will already be tackled. And these forest rights are basically very state level. That's not just a central subject. So states like Jharkhand, Chhattisgarh, MP, even Odisha, they actually promote collection of NTFPs, or the minor forest produce, as we call it. And most currently, what we are when we are working with farmers, the structure is such that a lot of these forest land, a lot of these trees are also owned by the village. So the ownership is clearly defined here. There is a forest land and there is a village forest. So when this, I agree, we'll actually have to work on it once we achieve a scale where we are moving from the farmer owned forest to the forest owned forests. So I think with due time, policy is changing, and I think in coming 2 3 years we'll see a positive impact. Thank you so much. Any more questions? Sorry. Thank you so much for giving me time.